house of the Royal Duke Frederick. Let me introduce Oliver and Orlando Du Bois. The first major conflict that opens the play is spurred on by the jealous Sir Oliver Du Bois, eldest son of Sir Rowland, who refuses to provide adequate education and financial support for his younger brother Orlando. Oliver forces Orlando to work as a peasant would, while unfairly favoring their middle brother. Enter Denise and Charles. Oliver hates Orlando with so much passion that he conspires with his servant Denise to hire Charles the wrestler to break Orlando's neck in a wrestling match. Enter Adam. After Orlando miraculously survives the match, Orlando is forced to escape to the Forest of Arden with their loyal servant Adam for his life. Thank you, please step back. Let me introduce Duke Frederick, Celia, and Rosalind. The second conflict to open the show includes the dukedom, ruled by the treacherous Duke Frederick, who betrayed his own brother Duke Sr. by usurping his throne and banishing him to the Forest of Arden. In our production, as in the history of many productions of As You Like It, we have one actor playing both roles. The good Duke wears a colorful tabard, and the bad Duke wears a black waistcoat and a crown. The bad Duke is father to Celia, who is cousin to the good Duke's daughter, Rosalind. Enter LeBeau and Touchstone. Rosalind and Celia are informed of the aforementioned wrestling match by the gossipy courtier LeBeau and watch the match with enthusiasm. It is at the wrestling match that Rosalind and Orlando meet and instantly fall in love, but they would soon be forced to part ways. While Rosalind was not immediately banished with her father, Duke Frederick becomes suspicious of her intentions and banishes her without evidence in order to make Celia more popular with their subjects. Out of admirable loyalty, Celia takes Rosalind's banishment as her own and abandons her royal life to accompany Rosalind in the Forest of Arden. In order to stay safe on the open road, Rosalind takes on the persona of a young man named Ganymede, and Celia takes on the fitting alias Aliena. They are joined by Celia's faithful friend and court fool, Touchstone. Thank you, please step back. Enter Orlando, Adam, Duke Sr., Lord, Jaques, and Amiens. Meanwhile, Orlando and Adam wander aimlessly through the Forest of Arden in search of food, and discover Duke Sr. and his loyal lord, friend Jaques, and bard Amiens relaxing and philosophizing in the forest. After Orlando tries to gain their help by force, they teach him the value of gentleness and take Orlando and Adam into their merry band. Thank you, please step back. Enter Rosalind, Celia, Touchstone, Corin, and Silvius. Once in the forest, the royal travelers in disguise meet Corin, a country shepherd who counsels the lovesick shepherd Silvius. Silvius is hopelessly in love with a shepherdess named Phoebe, who ardently rejects him. After Silvius leaves in a huff, the travelers meet Corin and through him purchase a humble cottage and pasture to make a home for themselves in the forest. Thank you, please step back. Enter Orlando, Rosalind, and Celia. Now comfortable in Duke Sr.'s band, Orlando has time to write and begins to obsess over the loss of his star-crossed love, Rosalind. He carves her name in plants, he hangs badly written poems from the boughs of trees, and he wanders the forest in a lovesick stupor until he encounters Rosalind and Celia disguised as Ganymede and Aliena. Not one to throw away an opportunity, Rosalind keeps her true identity to Orlando concealed and chooses to test the loyalty of his love by teaching him to fall out of love with the woman he calls Rosalind by pretending to be Rosalind on her worst days. Celia as Aliena skeptically plays along. Enter Touchstone, Audrey, William, and Sir Oliver Martext. Meanwhile, the jester Touchstone falls in love with a goatkeeper, Audrey, who is also the object of a young shepherd, William's affection. After Touchstone lays claim to Audrey and scares off William's advances, Audrey sets her sights on marriage. Touchstone looks for every opportunity to avoid wedding bells, including recruiting and refuting the parish priest, Sir Oliver Martext, but Audrey is persistent and worth the commitment. Thank you, please step back. Enter Duke Frederick and Oliver. Back at the court, the evil Duke Frederick learns that Celia and Rosalind are in the Forest of Arden and that Orlando is likely the link to find them, so he roughs up Oliver to send him out into the forest to find his brother and the runaways. Thank you, please step back. Enter Rosalind, Celia, Silvius, and Phoebe. Later, Rosalind and Celia, in disguise as Ganymede and Aliena, meet Silvius and Phoebe, shepherds in an emotional tug-of-war with each other. Phoebe condemns Silvius for his obsession over her, for which Rosalind as Ganymede scolds her for her shrewishness. Ironically, Phoebe finds Ganymede's lecture irresistible and instantly falls in love with Rosalind in disguise. A love triangle materializes. Enter Oliver and Orlando. By fate, Oliver discovers Orlando in the forest when Orlando saves his life. While sleeping, Oliver was attacked by a snake, which was fought off by Orlando, who drew the attention of a hungry lioness. After saving Oliver's life, Orlando was attacked and mauled by the lioness. He survived, but the episode made him absent for his scheduled love lecture with Ganymede. He sends Oliver to find Ganymede and deliver a bloody handkerchief to prove the validity of his absence. Upon sharing the story with Rosalind as Ganymede and Celia as Aliena, Oliver admits to being totally transformed from the vengeful brother of the court to a new man, one who loves his brother Orlando and wishes to redeem himself. Fittingly, he also instantly falls in love with Celia, who also instantly returns his affections. Orlando's near-death experience inspires Rosalind to end the ruse for the sake of Orlando, Phoebe, and Sylvius. She promises to make everything right and will unite everyone in a group wedding. The four couples meet the next day for their resolutions: Audrey and Touchstone, Oliver and Celia, Phoebe and Sylvius, and Rosalind and Orlando. Enter the second son of old Sir Roland, Oliver and Orlando's middle brother. As is the way with this play, the forest transforms everyone who enters it, including Duke Frederick. At the group wedding, the second brother of Oliver and Orlando appears to tie up all the loose ends of the play, and as you can imagine, it's a happy conclusion. Now, without further ado, places for Act 1. Enjoy the show.